Hello everyone and welcome to this new Eldar HQ section video with me, Xenovids. So in this video I'm going to be talking about the HQ section of the new codex and comparing it to the old HQ section in the previous codex. We're going over the characters and if they've gone up or down in price and their special abilities. Let's start how it starts in the new codex with Eldar HQ. Eldar HQ previously was 210 points, and he was an infantry model who came with a shuriken pistol, staff of Ulthamar, runes of warding, runes of witnessing, ghost helm, spirit stones, witchblade, rune armor, which was a 3+ invulnerable. He had Eldritch Storm, Fortune, Guide, Doom, and Mind War. He's an independent character, and he counted as a Fasir for purposes of including a Warlock unit. He has now gone down in price to 205. He has the same stat line. He has a Shuriken pistol, a Witchblade, Ghost Helm, runes of warding, runes of witnessing, armor of the last runes, staff of Ulthamar. He comes with a Warlord trait, an eye on distant events. His special rules are Ancient Doom, Battle Focus, Fleet, Independent Character, The Path Beyond. He's a Psyker Mastery level 4 now, and can generate powers from the Divination, Runes of Fate, or Telepathy disciplines, which have to be rolled for. Previously you could choose from the book, Psychic powers, now you have to roll for them. So, the Path Beyond special rule is after both sides have deployed, but before scout deployment has performed, you can redeploy D3+1 units. Such units must be placed in your deployment zone, even if you have the Infiltrate special rule. This cannot be used to move units in or out of reserve. The Remnants of Glory that he has the armor of the last runes, which means he has a 3+ invulnerable save, like in the previous one. And the Staff of Ulthamar is strength as the user, so it's strength 3. It's AP 3 in close combat, and it's a melee, spirit link, fleshbane, and force weapon. Spirit link basically means whenever Eldrad passes a psychic test, roll a d6. On a score of a 5 or 6, Eldrad immediately regains a warp charge point. So does that mean he can just keep shooting psychic powers to his heart content? If he keeps rolling 5s and 6s, he can keep doing psychic tests, abilities, and that's pretty good actually. That's not bad. His Warlord trait, an eye on distant events, it basically means everyone within 12 inches of him have the stealth special rule. It's not bad. He is random now with the psychic powers. Now with the psychic powers you do generate them via rolling the dice, so it does make it random. You don't choose your psychic powers, but it does make it a lot more fun. And as a player, you have to kind of work around that. Runes of Warding, I'll talk about them now because they will affect a couple of the psychic models. Runes of Warding, 1 use only. Immediately before the Farseer makes a Deny the Witch roll, he can choose to use the runes to grant his unit an additional +2 modifier to the dice roll. So if you're going against another army who's got a lot of psychic powers, that'll help you out. Runes of Witness, 1 use only. If the Farseer fails a psychic test, he can use these runes to re-roll the test, potentially negating Perils of Warp. Now it's a 1 use only, always good to ignore Perils of Warp. But yeah, down in 5 points, and that is Eldrad. So the next one in the new codex is Prince Uriel. In the previous codex, he was 155 points, and he came with an infantry model, 4 shield, so 4 up invulnerable save, 3 up armor save, and had the Spear of Twilight, the Eye of Wrath, plasma grenades, independent character, master strategist, fleet of foot, and doomed. He now only costs 140 points. He has a weapon skill and ballistic skill of 6, strength and toughness of 6, 4 wounds, initiative of 7, 4 attacks, leadership 10, 3 up armor save. He also has a 4 shield, which is the 4 up, invulnerable again. He has gone up, he has gained a wound, looking at it, and dropped 15 points. Now if I jump to his section, the Eye of Wrath is a monocle he wears, not just to look good. It's a one-use only ability in the fight sub-phase. Provided he is not in a challenge, Uriel can make a special attack at his initiative step instead of making any close combat attacks. You center a large blast marker over Uriel, and all units, friends or foe, suffer a number of strength 6 AP free hits equal to the number of models from their unit, at least partially under the template, excluding Uriel. So if he's surrounded by a group of Homogons, and you get them all bunched in and there's 15 around them, you can immediately use that, and his initiative is 7, so it's going to be going for most attacks, and strength 6 AP free, large blast. It doesn't scatter in any way, so that's a lot of them gone. And then they can try and pile in their initiative step, but they probably wouldn't reach. So it's a good little defensive maneuver. And the Spear of Twilight is the strength of the user, so strength 3, AP free, it's a melee, cursed weapon, flesh bane and armor bane. And cursed, when engaged in combat, Uriel must re-roll saving throws of a 6. Just to kind of show that the spear wants him dead. Because the story behind him, he basically left Ioden and came back to save it from an invasion of Tyranids. But the only way to do this was to pick up the Spear of Twilight and curse his soul. And this is a way of doing it in the game. His Warlord trait is different to Eldrad's. He has the Ambush of Blades, and that one basically means Eldar units within 12 inches of him re-roll 1s when rolling to wound, which isn't too bad. Now, the next person is a new character that wasn't in the previous book, and it's Illic Nightspear. He's 140 points. He has a weapon skill of 6, ballistic skill of 9, strength and toughness of 3, 3 wounds, initiative 6, 3 attacks, leadership 10, 5 up save. He has mesh armor, which is the 5 up save, a shuriken pistol and a power sword. He has the Voidbringer. His Warlord trait is the Mark of the Incomparable Hunter. And his Ancient Doom battle focus fleet, hatred towards Necrons, independent character, preferred enemy against Necrons, sharp shot, shrouded, walker of the hidden path. Now, if I'm shrouded, you get +2 to your cover save, and if you're not in cover, you have a 5 up cover save in the open. He is the Master of Pathfinders. If an army contains Illic Nightspear, any number of Eldar Ranger units can be upgraded to, I can never pronounce this, Alitok? Alitok? Pathfinders? At an additional cost of 13 points per model. In addition to the normal rules of Eldar Rangers, those Pathfinders have the Shrouded and Sharp Shot special rules. So if I jump to his section, so sharp shot is shots fired by this model with a special rule, except for snapshots, always have precision shots. So proper snipers. The Walker of the Hidden Path, Illic Night Spear has the Infiltrate special rule and can be deployed anywhere on the battlefield that is outside of impassable terrain, regardless of enemy proximity. In addition, any friendly Eldar Rangers or Pathfinders that are outflanking can choose to arrive next to Illic Night Spear when they become available. To do so, deep strike the unit so that it is wholly within 6 inches of him, but it does not scatter. So that's... you can actually use it. The problem with I found with the Rangers, they have a sniper rifle, but it's a heavy sniper rifle. So if you deploy first and your opponent moves them out of the way, you have to move them and forsake shooting for a turn, which can be, and then you have a chance of them being shot. But with this, they could be on the enemy side of the battlefield already, exactly where you want them to be. His Voidbringer is a long rifle. It's a range 48, strength X, AP 2. It's a heavy one, distort, sniper. Now, distort is under the weapon section, and when rolling to wound against non-vehicle models with this weapon, rolling of a 6, it wounds automatically and has the instant death special rule. Against vehicle models, if this weapon rolls a 6 for armor penetration, it automatically calls a penetrating hit, regardless of whether the armor penetration roll was higher than the vehicle's armor value or not. So, you can do a bit of shooting and upgrade some of your units. Now, they've got all of the Phoenix Lords. Starting with Azurman. He has gone down in 10 points. He was previously 230. He is now 220. If I look, it looks like they've all of the Phoenix Lord have exactly the same stats. Weapon skill 7, ballistic skill 7, strength 4, toughness 4, 3 wounds, initiative 7, 4 attack, leadership 10, and a 2-up armor save, which you don't really see in the Eldar Codex. He has Phoenix armor, a twin-linked Avenger Shuriken catapult, the Sword of Azur. He's Eternal Warrior, Fearless Fleet, Hand of Azurman, independent character, counter-attack, battle focus, ancient doom, battle fortune, and shield of grace. He doesn't come with a warlord trait, but you can roll, so it could be interesting for him, having him as your warlord. So he has Hand of Azurman, which is if your primary detachment includes Azurman, he must be your warlord. When determining warlord traits for Azurman, he always has D3 traits from the warlord traits table and reroll any duplicates. Okay, well he can have a few warlord traits and you can have all those abilities. That's really good. Quite amazing. Now the Sword of Azur is a melee weapon, +1 to his strength, so it's strength 5, AP 2, melee, master crafted, and it is a Soul Razor weapon, which basically means Soul Razor, when a model suffers 1 or more unsaved wounds from the weapon, it must pass a separate leadership test for each wound suffered or be removed from play. Not bad. It is 220 points though. At the moment, he is the most expensive HQ we've gone through. Jane Zar, who is has exactly the same stats, Phoenix armor, Silent Death, Blade of Destruction, Mask of Jane Zar, Falcon Swiftness, Acrobatics, Ancient Doom, Battle Focus, Eternal Warrior, Fearless, Fleet Independent Character, Disarming Strike, and Fear. lots and lots of new abilities for everyone. Jane Czar, the Silent Death is one of her weapons, which can be used as a melee weapon or used as a shooting weapon. Now it's 12-inch range, strength 4, strength of the user, AP 2, assault 4, which is quite good. Or in close combat, it's just a strength as the user, AP 2 weapon. Blade of Destruction is a melee weapon, strength of the user, AP 2, and is a melee and shred weapon. When Jane Czar charges into combat, all enemy models in the combat suffer a -5 modifier to their weapon skill and initiative to a minimum of 1 until the end of the assault phase. The initiative penalty is not cumulative with that of the Banshee Mask. So in close combat, you're going to be at a detriment. Don't go into close combat with her if you're an enemy, but if you have a Jane Czar model, get her into close combat. Karandras is 230 points. He is now the most expensive one so far. In the I forgot to mention, Jane Czar has gone up by 10 points from the previous one, and Karandras has gone up by 15 points. He has the Phoenix Armor, the Scorpion Chainsword, Scorpion's Claw, Plasma Grenades, the Scorpion's Bite, Ambush of Blades, Stealth, Night Vision, Move Through Cover, Infiltrate, Independent Character, Fleet, Fearless, Eternal Warrior, Battle Focus, Ancient Doom, Monster Hunter, and Stalker. So he's a bit of a beast. Going to his section, Scorpion's Bite basically is during the fight sub-phase at the initiative 10 step. Karandras automatically inflicts single strength 6 AP dash hit on one enemy unit in base contact. If he's in a challenge, the hit is directed against the opponent. The Scorpion's Bite is not affected by special rules that reduce initiative. A Scorpion's Claw basically is you double the strength of the user. It's an AP 2 weapon, but it doesn't reduce your initiative, which is awesome. Going on to Fugan now. He's 220 points and he was 205. They have gone up in price. Phoenix Armor, Fire Pike, Melter Bombs, Fire Axe, Mark of the Incomparable Hunter, Ancient Doom, Battle Focus, Eternal Warrior, Fearless, Feel No Pain, Fleet, Independent Character, Unquenchable Resolve, Crushing Blow, and Fast Shot. His Fire Axe is Strength of the User, AP 1, Melee Armor Bane. So this, with his Fire Pike, he is designed to take down anything with armor. His Unquenchable Resolve, at the end of any phase in which Fugan suffers one or more unsaved wounds, his strength and attack increase by 1 for each unsaved wound suffered. And it lasts for the rest of the game. So if he loses a wound, he goes up to strength 5, which always helps with his Remnant of Glory, which is the strength of the user. Definitely designed to take down anything with armor. Bahoraf is 195 points, and Bahoraf was 200 points, so he's gone down by 5 points. Phoenix Armor, Hawk's Talon, Haywire Grenades, Plasma Grenades, Grenade Pack, Swooping Hawk Wings, the Shining Blade, Falcon Swiftness, Ancient Doom, Battle Focus, Eternal Warrior, Fearless, Fleet, Herald of Victory, Independent Character, Night Vision, Skyleap, Sun's Brilliance, Battle Fortune, and Hit and Run. Now, Sun's Brilliance is when Bahoraf enters play from Deep Strike. All enemy units within 6 inches must test as if they are hit with a weapon with the Blind Special Rule. Models that are immune to Blind Special Rule are immune to the Sun's Brilliance. I think the Chaos Talons, is that what they're called? Do similar things, so that's quite nice. Remnants of Glory is a Strength of the User, AP3 melee and blind weapon, He's poking people's eyes out here, there, and everywhere. Supernaut's wings makes him a jump pack. Infantry can sky leap. Basically, they've lost the ability to, when they sky leap and essentially yo-yo between turns, different areas of on the tabletop. They've lost the ability to have that large blast now, which is unfortunate because I really liked doing that. Morgan Ra, 195 points. He was 195 points. He has Phoenix Armor, the Morgatar, Mark of the Incomparable Hunter, Ancient Doom, Battle Focus, Eternal Warrior, Fearless, Fleet, Hatred of Chaos Demons, Independent Character, and Relentless. He has Fast Shot, Marksman's Eye, and Night Vision. Remnant of Glory is the Morgatar. It's a 36-inch range, Strength 6, AP 5, Assault 4, Pinning and Rending. In close combat, it's +2 to his strength, so it's a Strength 6, AP 3, melee. And that concludes our Phoenix Lords. We then go on to the Avatar of Cain. Now, he was previously 155 points. He has jumped up to 195 points. And can have upgrades. So he has Weapon Skill 10 now, Ballistic Skill 10. He used to have a Ballistic Skill 5. Strength and Toughness is 6. He now has Wounds 5, one more than previously. Initiative is 10 now. He was Initiative 6 originally. He has 5 attacks. He had 4 attacks originally. So generally he has been bumped up. He has been boosted completely. He has the Wailing Doom, and only one Avatar of Cain may be taken per detachment. More than one detachment, you can have more than one avatar. That's the only way. You can't have 2 avatars in less than a 2,000 point army. He has the Ancient Doom power, Battle Focus. He's a demon. I think has a 5-up invulnerable. Possibly. If you know the answer to that, could you leave a comment below about what the demon special rule is? Fearless, Fleet, Cain Awakened, Molten Body, and he can be upgraded for Exarch powers. Exarch powers are powers you can upgrade your Exarch, and they do various things such as stopping an attack, giving you a shield, giving you extra abilities when you have you're in a challenge, Fast Shot, Night Vision, loads of different upgrades. But at 195 points already, I'm not sure if you'd really want to be upgrading him anymore. He looks like his stats are in line now with monstrous creatures that you see with Tyranids, and so is his points. Cain Awakened ability is all friendly units chosen from the codex Eldar within 12 inches are fearless. His Molten Body, the avatar is unaffected by pyromancy psychic powers, flamer weapons, melter or soul blaze. So fire wielding armies are going to have no luck against him. Remnant of Glory, it's 12-inch Strength 8 AP 1 Assault 1 Melter, and it is also Strength of the User, which is 6 AP 1 type melee. Now, because he is a monstrous creature, you can do that smash attack rule where you halve your attacks but make him strength 10. And as your Remnant of Glory is an AP 1 weapon as well, and strength of the user, against a tank you become strength 10 AP 1, which helps because AP 1 weapons +2 to the damage table. Now, the Autarch. He's 70 points still. He is exactly the same stat line as before. Weapon skill 6, ballistic skill 6, strength 3, toughness 3, wounds of 3, initiative 6, AP 3, leadership of 10, 3-up armor save. He has a 4 shield as well, which gives him a 4-up invulnerable save. He has a heavy aspect armor, shuriken pistol, haywire grenades, plasma grenades, Ancient Doom, battle focus, fleet, independent character, path of the strategist. He can be kitted out however you want him, really. You can have... I'll just tell you the options. May take one of the following: an Eldar jet bike at 15 points. Swooping Hawk wings, 15 points. Warp jump generator, 15 points. They have gone down in price from the previous codex by a lot. May take one of the following: a Banshee mask at 5 points, Mandy blasters at 10 points. That's pretty much the same. May take up to the two of the following: Scorpion Chainsword at 3 points, Avenger Shuriken Catapult at 5 points, Las Blaster at 5 points, Death Spinner at 10 points, Fusion Gun at 10 points, Laser Lance, if it's on a jet bike only, at 10 points, Power Weapon 15, Reaper Launcher with Star Swarm missiles, basically giving it a Strength 8, AP 3 pinning, at 25 points. And may take items from the Remnants of Glory section. Now that section is little upgrades you can give him, such as there's one that can allow you to move 48 inches as if you've teleported. There are a couple that give you different swords, like one with blaze, attack, and one with rending. Just things that are great. I won't go through the Remnants of Glory section. I might do a video on those sections. If you want a video on more details of the weapons and Remnants of Glory, if you want a video of that, just comment below and I will do that. Now, looking at those upgrades, they seem to have... some have gone up, some have gone down, but generally he's a lot cheaper in the options, how you want to use him. I think I'm going to have one in a larger point game with a warp jump generator, Banshee mask and fusion gun, just so I can fly him up to the enemy's side of the board and have him pop a few tanks just in case. But what I think they've done is adapted him so people will use the Autark now. I've never seen an Eldar player use an Autark in my gaming club at all, and I didn't use one. Going over to now the Farseer, which I spoke a little bit about in my unboxing of Farseer video. So if you want to check that one out, please do. Now the Farseer was 55 points, he's now 100 points. His stats are exactly the same. Weapon skill 5, ballistic skill 5, strength and toughness of 3, 3 wounds, initiative of 5, attack 1, leadership of 10. Rune armor, Shuriken pistol, Witchblade and Ghost Helm. His Ancient Doom, battle focus, fleet, independent character. He's a Psycho Mastery level 3. A Farseer generates his powers from the Divination, Runes of Fate and Telepathy disciplines. Again, rolling and randomly getting those abilities. He may exchange his Witchblade for a Singing Spear. He may take Runes of Warding, Runes of Witnessing, 10 points and 15, and Eldar Jetbike for 15 points as well, and may take items from the Remnants of Glory list. So you can, again, kit him out how you see fit. It's okay, he's gone up a lot in price. I don't really see a lot of other armies using a lot of psychic units other than Tyranids, and I use Tyranids a lot, and I tend to love using psychic powers for biomancy, but I haven't seen a lot of people using telepathy or telekinesis or any of them yet. Whether it's one that will grow in popularity, people just don't know how to use them yet strategy wise. Still one out there in the ballpark. Now a new one, Spirit Seer, which I think was possibly an upgrade for a Warlock. It was an upgrade for a Warlock. So previously a Warlock was 25 points and you upgraded it to a Spirit Seer for 6 points, which meant that he could prevent Wraith Guard and Wraith lords from their tests they have to do. You have to roll a d6, and if you roll a 1, they would just become immobile for that turn. That role was now gone, thankfully, and a Spirit Seer has a new role. Now, Spirit Seer is 70 points. He has Rune Armour, Shuriken Pistol, and a Witch Staff. His Weapon Skill, Ballistic Skill, Strength, Toughness, and all those stats are as followed. Weapon Skill and Ballistic Skill of 5. Strength and Toughness is 3. 2 wounds, Initiative of 5, and 1 attack. Leadership of 9. Ancient Doom, Battle Focus, Fleet, Independent Character, Psyker, Mastery level of 2, and a Spirit Mark. Spirit Seer generates his powers from telepathy and runes of battle, which in my opinion are more interesting. They're low warp charge, so you can use 2 of them, and they do a lot more things, and you get 2 for the price of 1 for each one of them. You can take items from the Remnants of Glory list again, and if your army contains a Spirit Seer, Wraith Guard and Wraith Blades are troops choices rather than elites. I will be using a Spirit Seer in my army and having some Wraith Blades as troops to go up the field and scare my opponent. Toughness 6, with the ability to have an AP2 or AP3 weapon coming at you. It's a little bit scary. And the Spirit Seer, a Spirit Mark, which is at any point during your movement phase, nominate a single enemy unit within 12 inches of the Spirit Seer. Place a counter next to it to show it has been Spirit Marked. All Wraith Guards, Wraith Blades, Wraith Lords, Wraith Knights, and Hemlock Wraith Fighters can re-roll to roll rune rolls of 1 against the Spirit Marked units. At the end of your turn, remove all the Spirit Mark counters from play. And so nominate a single enemy unit within 12 inches. That unit will then be shot at or cut up or psychicked. If it's a psychic. No, there are no psychic shooting attacks for them. But at the end of the turn, remove them from the Spirit Mark counters. That adds another tricky dicky section to the Eldar, and if you're thinking of doing an Iodine army, that's really good. Get a couple of Spirit Seers and Bob's your uncle, taking them down. Now, lastly in the HQ section is the Warlock Council. Similar to the Royal Court for Necrons, and this is great. They are 35 points, so Warlocks have gone up by 10 points. Weapon skill is 4, same ballistic skill. Strength and toughness is 3, 1 wound, 5 initiative, 1 attack, leadership 8. Each primary detachment in your army may include up to 1 to 10 warlocks. The unit does not use up a force organisation slot before the battle. Immediately after determining warlord traits, and any warlock in the council may be split off from the unit and assigned to lead a different unit from the following list, which they then cannot leave: Guardians, Storm Guardians, Windrider jet bikes, or Val Wrath support batteries. Any warlock attached in this way changes its unit type to infantry character for the entire game. Only 1 warlock can join each unit in this manner. Any models that do not do this remain part of the Warlock Council. They have Rune Armour, Shuriken Pistol and Witchblade, Ancient Doom, Battle Focus, Fleet, Psyker, Mastery level 1, Psychic powers generated from the Runes of Battle, which again I think are pretty good. You essentially get 2 for the price of 1. Options may add up to 9 additional Warlocks at 35 points a model. The models may replace their Witchblade with a Singing Spear for 5 points, and any model may take an Eldar Jetbike for 15 points. Now, I'm going to be taking in my army 10 Jetbikes, so having a Warlock with them on a Jetbike is ideal, so he can come along and help them out with psychic powers, buffing them, or taking the enemy down. So that is the HQ section of the new Eldar. Interesting choices. what I think you should do is tailor them for what you think your battle style is. So if you want a more attacking style with a monstrous creature and 2-up armor saved Phoenix Lords, you can go with the avatar on one of them. If you are thinking of going for a psychic Eldar, you've got units with the Farseer, Spirit Seer and Warlocks and Eldrad. If you're doing a themed army, you can have Prince Uriel or Illitek. Illitek? Yeah. Whatever his name is. A lot of options there, which is great. So, thank you for watching. And again, please subscribe, like, share, comment below if you like this video or if you want any videos in particular. I'm quite happy to do them. Again, thank you for watching and goodbye.